Comfort isn't something you buy. It's something you stop leaking. Maya and Hamna finish work on the same Sunday evening. Both are tired. Both worked hard. But their relationship with money couldn't be more different. Maya earns $9,000 a month. Her apartment looks like everything she once dreamed about. The furniture is expensive. The SUV outside is brand new. Dinner arrives with a tap on her phone. From the outside, Maya looks like she finally made it. But then her phone lights up. A credit card payment. A car loan reminder. Rent notification. 3 small alerts. And suddenly Monday arrives a day early. The strange part? Maya doesn't have an income problem. She has a lifestyle that grows faster than her peace. Now look at Hamna. She earns $3,000 a month. Her car has over 150,000 miles. Her apartment is smaller. Her life doesn't create much attention online. No luxury purchases. No expensive upgrades. Nothing that makes strangers think she is successful. But when Hamna gets paid, something unusual happens. Money is still there. Not a fortune. Not enough to buy everything. Just enough breathing room to handle life without fear. A repair doesn't destroy her week. An unexpected bill doesn't create panic. She sleeps differently. Most people assume Maya bought comfort because she earns more. But what she actually bought was a lifestyle that keeps sending invoices. Hamna bought something much quieter. Options. And over time, options become a kind of luxury no store can sell. The habits you're about to see probably won't impress anyone. Your neighbors won't notice them. Your coworkers won't ask about them. They won't make your life look more expensive. They'll make it feel lighter. Because real comfort isn't built in the moments people celebrate. It's built in the quiet decisions nobody remembers making. The lunch Hamna decided not to upgrade. The subscription Maya signed up for and forgot about. The purchase someone paused long enough to question. None of these choices feel life-changing on their own. But over time, they decide whether money becomes a source of freedom or another source of pressure. And by the final habit, you may realize you've been chasing the wrong definition of wealth all along. Habit 1: buy back financial breathing room. Most people don't spend a raise. They schedule it. Maya learned this the hard way. Every time her income increased, her lifestyle followed immediately. A better apartment. A newer phone. Another streaming service. A car payment that somehow felt manageable. None of the decisions looked reckless. That was the dangerous part. Each one felt reasonable. But within a few months the extra money disappeared. Not because Maya wasn't earning enough. Because every dollar already had somewhere to go before it even arrived. Now compare that with Hamna. When Hamna received an extra $500 every month, she made a different choice. She didn't immediately upgrade her life. She kept her apartment. She kept her reliable car. She allowed some money to simply exist. While Maya's extra income disappeared into new obligations, Hamna created space. She kept $300 untouched every month. After 3 months, she had nearly $900 waiting. Then life happened. The water heater stopped working. The car needed repairs. An unexpected expense appeared. But Hamna didn't panic. Because money feels different when every paycheck isn't already spoken for. Most people think comfort comes from having more things. But sometimes comfort comes from having something most people never build. Space. A little room between what happens and how badly it hurts. So ask yourself, what if comfort isn't the things filling your life? What if it's the empty space protecting it? Habit 2: delay every non-essential purchase. The hardest purchases to resist are usually the ones that feel like they cannot wait. Maya knows this feeling. A limited time discount appears on her screen. Product goes viral on TikTok. A new phone launches and suddenly her current one feels outdated. A pair of designer shoes appears everywhere online. And for a moment the purchase feels important. Not because Maya truly needs it. Because her brain tells her she needs it now. The human mind is incredibly good at turning "I want this" into "I need this today." But urgency is one of the easiest emotions to create. Brands understand this. Countdown timers. Limited offers. Only a few left. Everything is designed to make waiting feel like losing. That's why Hamna follows one simple rule. The 48-hour rule. Before buying anything that isn't essential, she waits 2 days. Not because the product changes. Because she does. At first, the excitement feels impossible to ignore. But 48 hours later, something interesting happens. The item is still exactly the same. The color is the same. The features are the same. The price is the same. But the emotion behind the purchase is different. The urgency disappears. The desire becomes clearer. Sometimes Hamna still buys the item, but now it's a decision, not a reaction. Behavioral economists call this present bias. The tendency to value a reward today more than a better outcome tomorrow. Maya isn't careless. She's human. She simply allows today's emotions to make tomorrow's financial decisions. And that's where many people lose money. Not through one massive mistake. Through hundreds of small moments where they never gave themselves enough time to think. Because most purchases expire emotionally long before they're paid off. The best financial decision isn't always saying no. It's simply refusing to answer today. Habit 3. Design a life that costs less to enjoy. Here's a question most people never ask. How much money does it cost you to enjoy your own life? For Maya, the answer slowly became more expensive. A weekend that once meant relaxing at home became restaurant reservations. A simple coffee became a daily luxury routine. A free evening became online shopping. Entertainment slowly changed from something she created into something she purchased. And the scary part? It didn't happen overnight. No single decision ruined her finances. It was hundreds of small choices that quietly changed what happiness required. Now compare Maya's weekend with Hamna's. Maya spends around $250. A nice restaurant, shopping, food delivery, a few small purchases that barely feel like decisions. By Monday morning, the money is gone. And strangely, the memories are not as valuable as the spending. Hamna spends around $40. She cooks with friends, takes a long walk, reads a book she has been saving, learns something new, creates moments that don't need a receipt. Both weekends feel enjoyable. Neither person feels deprived. But only one lifestyle needs another paycheck to recreate happiness. This is where many people misunderstand frugality. They think spending less means enjoying less. But Hamna discovered something different. The cheaper your happiness becomes, the harder it is for life to bankrupt it. Happiness isn't free, but it can become surprisingly affordable. Habit 4. Ignore lifestyle inflation. Maya thought the promotion would finally change everything. More responsibility, more work, more stress, but also more money. She told herself, once I earn more, life will finally feel easier. Then the paycheck increased from $4,000 to $5,500 a month. And something unexpected happened. Her apartment improved. Her car payment increased. New subscriptions appeared. More expensive dinners became normal. Nothing felt irresponsible. That was the trap. Lifestyle inflation rarely feels like a mistake. Feels like a reward. Each upgrade feels deserved. Each expense feels manageable. Until one day Maya checks her finances and realizes something uncomfortable. Her income grew, but her savings barely changed. The number increased. The feeling didn't. Her salary grew. Her freedom didn't. Meanwhile, Hamna treated every increase differently. She didn't reject comfort. She simply refused to let every raise become another obligation. Because higher income does not automatically create peace. It only gives your habits a bigger budget. And if those habits stay the same, the pressure grows with the paycheck. The next raise cannot solve a pattern that followed you from the last one. Part 3. Habit 5. Stop spending for other people's eyes. Here's an uncomfortable question. Maya, who are you really buying this for? The designer jacket, the newest iPhone, the expensive coffee she posts every morning, the vacation photos uploaded before the trip is even finished. Most status purchases are not really about the item. They're about the feeling attached to it. Recognition. Approval. The small moment when someone notices and thinks, she's doing well. But there's a problem with buying attention. Attention disappears quickly. A compliment lasts a few seconds. A few likes disappear in a day. A trend becomes outdated within months. And then something new appears that creates the same pressure all over again. Maya keeps chasing moments where she feels ahead. But the finish line keeps moving. Meanwhile, Hamna makes a different choice. She spends money on things most people never notice. More savings, more investments, more skills, more freedom. No one sees the emergency fund growing. No one compliments the money she didn't spend. No one celebrates the extra options she quietly creates. But years later, those invisible decisions become the most visible difference between their lives. Maya bought attention. Hamna bought flexibility. One created a temporary feeling. The other created a permanent advantage. Because attention lasts minutes. Financial freedom lasts decades. And here's the strange truth. The people you're trying to impress are usually not thinking about you. They're too busy wondering what everyone else thinks about them. Habit 6. Automate the decision before emotion arrives. Most people have a financial plan. They just rely on a future version of themselves to follow it. I'll save next month. I'll start investing when things calm down. I'll be more disciplined after this one purchase. But the future version of you usually has the same emotions as the current one. That's why Hamna stopped depending on motivation. She built systems. The moment her paycheck arrives, a portion automatically moves into savings. Investments happen without a decision. Bills are paid before spending begins. Her financial progress does not depend on whether she had a stressful day. A bad mood doesn't cancel her goals. A sale doesn't interrupt her plan. A random impulse at 11 p.m. doesn't control her future. Maya, on the other hand, waits until the end of the month. She saves whatever remains. But life always finds a way to use what remains. A dinner, purchase, a small emergency, a reward after a difficult week. The problem isn't that Maya lacks discipline. The problem is that she asks emotions to do a job that systems can do better. Because your future shouldn't depend on today's mood. Every automatic transfer is a quiet decision. A decision that says, the person I want to become matters more than what I want right now. Habit 7. Spend aggressively on what truly matters. This is where most people misunderstand frugality. They imagine someone who refuses everything. No fun. No comfort. No enjoyment. Just constant sacrifice. But that's not what Hamna does. Hamna doesn't hate spending. She hates spending that disappears without improving her life. A random gadget that feels exciting for a week. A purchase made because she was bored. Another subscription quietly charging her every month. Those things take money, but they rarely create value. Instead, Hamna spends confidently on what actually matters. A course that improves her career. A quality mattress that improves her sleep every night. Health decisions that prevent bigger problems later. Experiences with people she loves. Skills that continue paying years after the purchase is forgotten. The difference is simple. Hamna doesn't ask, how little can I spend? She asks, what deserves my money? Frugal people don't hate spending. They hate meaningless spending. Because saving without purpose eventually feels like punishment. The goal was never to spend less just for the sake of spending less. The goal was to make every dollar support the life you actually want. Habit 8. Measure comfort instead of wealth. For years, Maya measured success by what other people could see. The apartment. The car. The lifestyle. The income number. But slowly, she started asking a different question. If everything stopped tomorrow, would I actually feel secure? Because real wealth is not just what enters your account. It's what remains when life becomes unpredictable. Could you survive 6 months without panic? Could you leave a stressful job because you have options? Could an unexpected bill be annoying instead of terrifying? That's the type of wealth Hamna was building. An emergency fund, growing investments, lower obligations, more control over her time, financial margin, the ability to breathe. Because comfort is not something you display, it's something you experience. It is the feeling of knowing that one bad day cannot destroy your entire life. The richest feeling isn't buying more. It's needing less. And that's the shift most people miss. The goal was never becoming someone who can afford everything. The goal was becoming someone who doesn't need everything to feel okay. Let's return to Maya and Hamna. Maya still earns more. She still has the lifestyle many people dream about. But every month comes with pressure attached. Every upgrade creates another obligation. Every purchase asks for another payment. Hamna's life looks quieter, smaller, less impressive from the outside. But inside that life is something far more valuable. Peace. Comfort was never hiding inside a paycheck. It was hiding inside everyday decisions. Luxury can create moments, but intentional living can create decades of freedom. Your future won't remember what impressed strangers. It will remember the habits that protected your peace. So think about the last thing you bought hoping it would make life feel better. Did it actually create comfort? Or did it create another responsibility? Share in the comments. Which habit are you already practicing? And which one do you want to change? Because the goal was never to look wealthy. The goal was to build a life that actually feels wealthy. A life where money creates space. A life where tomorrow feels lighter than today.